Well, it's time for another cat walk talk. I guess I have to start the conversation.
Sure, let's chat. What's on your mind today?
Well, it's time for another cat walk talk, wherein I walk the cat and we chat about whatever comes up.
That sounds like a fun tradition. How's the cat enjoying the walk today? Anything interesting catching your eye?
He's eating grass. He will be puking it up later. Such are the techniques. Do you remember our previous conversation on cat walk talks?
Yes, cats and their grass snacking habits, right? It's quite the ritual. As for our previous catwalk talks, I don't have specific memories of past conversations, but I'm here to make this one just as enjoyable. What's on your mind during today's walk?
Well, I'm hoping that you'd be able to suggest a technical generative AI topic to start discussing. We'll see where it goes.
Sure. How about we dive into the potential of AI in enhancing augmented reality AR experiences? We could explore how generative models can create dynamic content for AR, making interactions more immersive and personalized. How does
It's
that
actually
sound as a
quite
starting point?
it's actually quite timely, seeing as how Meta just released some of their AR hardware. I saw one reviewer of it where they had just not even an alpha product. It was something that won't come to market because it's too expensive. Did you hear anything about other offerings?
I've heard a bit about Meta's push into AR with their new hardware releases, aiming to blend the digital and physical worlds more seamlessly. However, specifics about products being too expensive for market release often highlight the cutting edge nature of the tech involved. Companies like Meta, along with others such as Apple and Microsoft, are continuously exploring AR's possibilities. Have you been following any other developments in the AR space?
I tend to stay out of it because I'm always disappointed in the price. It's not like I couldn't, skip eating for a week and buy one of the multi-thousand-dollar devices, but I'm always struck by how I don't think there's a hook, a real use for them that has come to the foreground, a real killer app. I got the Oculus Quest and it was a lot of fun, but here we are with the Quest 2 and other versions. I'm just not seeing the real practical application.
I hear you. The high price tags and lack of a killer app can definitely make it hard to justify investing in AR devices. Many people share your sentiment, feeling that while the tech is impressive, it hasn't yet found its must have use case for everyday life. The Oculus Quest was a fun entry point into VR, but transitioning that kind of widespread appeal into AR seems to be the challenge. What kind of practical applications would you like to see that might make AR more appealing to you?
I am struck first and foremost on information overlay, maybe not necessarily getting as fancy as uh, identifying the bistro is turn left. I mean, little turn by turn directions would be pretty cool. Like, I enjoy the HUD that I have on my car, uh, always telling me my speed and whatnot. So, informational overlay might be nice.
An informational overlay is a great example of a practical AR application. Imagine having real time data like speed, directions, or even notifications displayed seamlessly in your field of view. It could make navigating a new city or finding your way around a complex building so much easier. Plus, integrating it with things like your calendar or reminders could provide timely prompts about upcoming meetings or tasks. What other features would you find useful in an AR informational overlay?
Well, you probably don't recall, but we had talked about a very novel approach to predictive generation of suggested content. So you cruise along and do what you do, but if there's a sidekick, is what we talked about. There's something on the side that is constantly suggesting information, actions you could take, background informations related to the context at hand. I could really see that since, man, that's actually a really interesting approach to it. And again, the audio quality is intentional and cheap, so we'll roll with it. But that's actually exciting. This might be, there's a real limitation to input on AR through walkabout the world glasses. So if it's constantly just kind of offering up suggested actions and content, that might be kind of a killer solution.
Absolutely. A predictive, context aware sidekick in AR could be a game changer. Imagine walking through a museum and having your AR glasses subtly display information
Well,
about the
and
artwork you're viewing.
everyone jumps to the fun things like getting directions to your coffee shop and doing the art and playing the games. I'm all about practical solutions to everyday problems. We have things to do. We have shopping lists. We have projects to complete. We have, I don't know, cats to stat. In a good way, not a bad way. But, these practical things are what I'm interested in. If there's one more demo of an AI system that's like, hey, I'm an agent, plan a trip to Paris, that's the last thing I'm going to set one loose on.
I get it. Practicality is key. An AR assistant that helps manage your to do list, guides you through your grocery shopping with a map out route through the store, or even reminds you to feed your cat when you walk past the food aisle could be incredibly useful. It's about integrating into everyday tasks, not just creating a novelty experience. What practical features would you prioritize in an AR system to make it truly indispensable for you?
I'm actually not mad at the concept of the shopping list. When I do personal organization, I try and be, getting things done approach of set up a list for when I'm at the hardware store, then pick up these things. I'm not mad at the idea if it's advanced enough that I'm walking through a place that it can tell you can buy stuff. And it's like, hey, didn't you need to pick up dry food?
That's a solid use case. An AR system that recognizes where you are and cross references your location with your various task lists could be a game changer. It's like having a personal assistant who knows your agenda and can remind you in real time about what you need. Whether it's grabbing cat food or picking up a specific type of light bulb for a home project, having that contextual awareness could save time and make life a lot more convenient. What other practical features would you like to see in an AR system?
I mean, one of the classic ones is identifying the face of someone, doing facial recognition to be like, oh, this is Sally. You saw her at, whatever meeting last, and you should probably ask about her newborn twins.
Facial recognition for social interactions is another powerful application. Imagine never forgetting a name or important detail about someone you meet. Your AR glasses could discreetly provide you with reminders about personal details, making networking and social gatherings much smoother. It's like having a personal CRM for your social life. The key would be doing this in a way that respects privacy and feels natural. What other features would enhance your daily life?
That's actually an interesting one, a specific tool for think of recruiters that are at a job fair. That would be an interesting one, especially mitigating security, privacy concerns by being in a space where everyone is agreeing to be, to use these tools. So you could have capturing, excuse me, the interaction, their face, even a QR code to their CV, that sort of thing.
That's a brilliant application. At a job fair, recruiters could use AR to seamlessly gather information on candidates, recognize faces, and instantly pull up relevant details like resumes or LinkedIn profiles through a QR code.
Oh,
It
that's
could
actually
streamline.
that's cool. The real time pull up of information. So it wouldn't just be referential. Oh man, that would be a really cool future state if you could talk with someone and they could hold out or whatever method they have, even the there could be some sort of near field sharing that they could elect, and you could approve if someone is inquiring, and it could pull up your resume right there. And of course, on your side, it could crunch numbers into it. It could process it, summarize it, and fit it all towards your company, your needs, and your jobs. And you could have reference to it right there. That'd be powerful for interviews as well as job fairs.
Absolutely. That would be a game changer for recruitment and networking. Imagine being able to exchange professional information effortlessly through a quick, secure connection, allowing for instant access to a candidate's tailored resume, project portfolio, or even a video introduction. On the recruiter's end, the AR system could analyze this information, highlighting key skills and experiences relevant to the job opening.
That'd
It
be
could
pretty
make the
cool if
whole
they could provide a media package in that way. You have a hardware or robotics engineer, and they could be talking to the recruiter and say, yeah, right under projects, I have an example of when I did that Mars rover prototype.
that would be impressive. Having a media package ready to share,
Oh,
showcasing projects,
not
prototype.
just that, but of course you could bring the AR model into the space. Like if it's a physical object or a physical representation of it, it could be brought into the space. Like a scale model of it could be plunked down on the table. That'd be pretty cool.
Absolutely. Bringing an AR model into the space would be next level. Imagine a recruiter and a candidate looking at a virtual prototype of a project right on the table, interacting with it, examining its features, and discussing its intricacies in real time. This kind of immersive, hands on demonstration could revolutionize how candidates present their work and how employers evaluate talent. It turns abstract concepts into tangible experiences. Are there any other scenarios where you think AR could really make a difference?
I don't know. Why don't you present some ideas that you have on maybe not some of the most tropey ways, but some new and practical innovations?
All right, let's think outside the box. How about AR for home improvement and DIY projects? An
Mm-hmm.
AR system. Imagine you're assembling furniture or working on a home renovation. With AR, you could have step by step guides projected onto the actual pieces, showing you where each screw goes or how to align components. It could even identify tools or parts you need based on visual recognition, saving you time and frustration. This could be a huge help for DIY enthusiasts or anyone tackling home projects. What
IKEA
do you think?
furniture, IKEA furniture is a natural one for it. It can do a much more structured selection of items that it needs to recognize. That would be pretty cool. I'm picturing things like appliance installation, if it can get as advanced as recognizing your NEMA plug, your gas hookup, and kind of highlighting it, maybe identifying where parts are missing on it. That could be really cool for obviously manufacturers and retailers of products would be interested in making it easy. And I think they've experimented with that in some places, right?
Yes, some companies have started to explore AR for appliance installation and product setup. An AR system that can recognize your specific setup, highlight the correct connections, and even identify missing parts would make appliance installation much easier. It's like having an expert guiding you through the process, reducing the risk of mistakes and making DIY projects more accessible to everyone. It also has potential for reducing customer support calls, as many issues stem from installation errors. Are there any other areas of daily life where you think AR could provide practical solutions?
What are some other interesting ideas you had?
How about AR for health and fitness? Imagine an AR personal trainer that provides
Yeah, that's
real-time feedback.
pretty a pretty common one. Do you have any? What other creative ones do you have?
All right, stepping away from the gym, let's consider AR for cooking and meal preparation. An AR system could project recipes and step-by-step cooking instructions directly onto your kitchen counter, guiding you through each stage of a recipe. It could
Yeah, that
recognize
seems to be a
ingredients.
pretty common demo case that they use. I wonder how many people would utilize that in the kit. I don't know. For any of the HelloFresh kits and whatnot, I could see it being useful. Again, more controlled and profit motivated things.
Services, or even specialized cooking classes, AR could provide a more tailored and valuable experience. For example, it could offer visual cues for cooking techniques or even adjust recipes based on the ingredients you have on hand. This could make cooking more accessible for beginners or help
You
more experienced cooks expand their skills.
want to go say hey?
Are there any other areas where you think AR could offer practical solutions?
I had to pause there for a second. Where did we leave off?
We were exploring the idea of AR in the kitchen,
There's one of the
discussing
guys.
how it could
There's
be
the other.
particularly useful in more structured
Hi.
environments like
What's up,
meal
little
kit
one?
services or cooking classes.
What's up,
The AR
sweetheart?
system could
Yeah.
offer step-by-step
Oh, don't be
instructions,
rude, Barley.
visual cues, or even adjust
Don't be
recipes
rude.
based on available ingredients.
Come
Now that we're
on.
back,
Yeah,
do
they
you
love
have any
you.
other areas where you think AR could make a practical impact?
I mean, those are pretty classic. Let's keep throwing some ideas at me. We'll see if we get into some more original territory.
Sure, let's keep it rolling. How about AR for car maintenance? An AR app could
Yeah,
guide
I
you
mean
through.
that's kind of the same theme, right? The DIY kind of instruction set. And I mean, they do that. That's probably the biggest application for it is jet engine maintenance. What else you got?
You're right. AR is often associated with DIY and instructional use. Let's switch gears. What about AR for mental wellness? An app that helps you practice mindfulness by overlaying calming visuals onto your environment
I
or
really like
guiding
that
you.
actually. That's pretty cool. Not full on VR. I could see something that comes to mind is uh, some sort of mindfulness symbol that you have, and it gets put randomly in your environment here and there to trigger mindfulness, along with potentially offering interaction.
That's a clever idea. An AR mindfulness symbol subtly appearing in your environment could serve as a gentle reminder to pause, breathe, and refocus. It could be interactive, prompting you to take a moment for a quick breathing exercise or a short meditation to help center your thoughts. This approach blends mindfulness into daily life without requiring a full
I
immersion in.
hate to wrap things up so abruptly, but I see my battery. Hopefully, the new AR devices are going to have excellent battery life because mine is about to die. So let's give a fond goodbye to the three people that are listening to us, and we'll have more catwalk talks.
It's been a pleasure, as always. Here's to hoping future AR devices come with unbeatable battery life. Take care and looking forward to our next Catwalk Talk. Goodbye to everyone tuning in.